Hello everyone, my name is Victoria Adaobuti. I am a teacher and the head of studies Smart Sprouts Heaven. Welcome to our first interactive session, which is focused on discussing with parents, navigating life, handling life as teachers, as parents, as caregivers. In today's episode, we shall be starting the series on child behavior. A lot of us often wonder, why does my child act the way he does? Why does my daughter behave in a certain way? What is all this? First off, we should bear this at the back of our mind that children's brains are still developing. Hence, they act on emotions. They are not logical. They don't ask why. They don't think why. They don't behave on the reason this is happening. They only act on how they feel at the moment. Sad that most times we adults act the same way. Anyways, I've broken this into 3 parts: environmental, biological, and parental factors. Now let's get right into the video. Biological factors affecting these children. Now these children have different needs. Their personalities, their temperament differ. The way they react to events also differ based on these personalities they have. And so as parents, we should be able to differentiate child A from child B. The emotional needs of child A may differ from the emotional needs of child B. Hence, how we meet these needs are always based on what each child is all about, what this child's makeup is all about. Most times, these children don't have the same temperament. A child may be easygoing, while the other one is spontaneous. On the other hand, as they grow, they may even flip. The child that was spontaneous may later be the calm one, while the gentle one may later turn. So children, and it's our duty as parents to observe this, to follow these norms, these patterns in our children, so that we'll be able to navigate life easily with them if we understand that they have these needs. Also, some of our children have attention disorders. Some of our children have autism. Therefore, we should understand that these children need special care. The way I will teach this certain child is not the same way I will teach the other child with a different spectrum. So we have to understand what this child is, and that is why we narrow our teaching, our caregiving to individual needs. In a class, in a family of different children, we handle the children differently. Now, we also have other factors, like the environmental factors. If a child is in a troubled home, when the child comes out, you will notice it, because the child may be grumpy, the child may throw tantrums, the child may be unruly, because children react to events differently. Some children have a father or a mother that has traveled, and so when they come to school or you keep them somewhere, that period the parent is not around, you will never get the best from that child. And you see some children come to school and they'll tell you, hey, mommy will be back tomorrow. You see that excitement building up. Mommy traveled, mommy will be returning tomorrow. I'm sure you can testify in the comments. So if you understand that this is what is affecting this child, sometimes they are not just feeling well. Sometimes they are not feeling well, and we may not even notice, hey, and we are all over the place. And we've not observed that this child is not in a good mood, just like we adults sometimes are not in good moods. These children also have their own times and their own moments. Another thing again in the environment is how they grow. You notice sometimes you go to school and suddenly teachers are saying what this child has not been, and you, the parent, has also noticed that this child has been behaving in this certain way. You may want to ask who they are moving with. They may have changed their clique. If they haven't even changed their clique, maybe the person they are moving with has changed their own clique somewhere else and is picking a certain pattern and bringing it to their own circle, and your child is also picking up that pattern. So if you have a conversation with your child, you'll be able to narrow and talk to your child and understand why your child is behaving this way and quickly help that child out of that situation. Thirdly, our parenting styles. Yes. Our parenting style. Most times, the way we parent affects our children, tells on our children. And parenting styles, I have further broken them into three. The strict parenting, the permissive parenting, and the strict permissive parenting. It doesn't work like that. Now, strict parenting. Have you been to a military barracks before? Everybody's on guard, especially when the commander is around. Sometimes, in some homes, when one of the parents walks in, the atmosphere becomes tense. Sometimes both parents. And then you see the children scampering away, or they are all on their feet. They are watching what they are doing. They are being careful. If they don't make mistakes, they are scared of admitting to their mistakes. They break as little as a cup. They are hiding. They are telling lies about it because they are scared of confessing. They don't know the outcome, how you will feel if they say this to you. So most times, as they grow with this, they begin to hide their lives from us. We cannot have discussions with them because we've built that wall between the child and us. Now we have the permissive parent on the other hand, whose children do as they please, whatever they please. Is it possible to live in a society, to live without rules? Now you can see that this affects the children when they meet up with other children. You see that sometimes when they are invited for parties, they are no longer invited. After that, sometimes when children are mixing up somewhere, you see that they will tell them, please, I don't want my child in the same class with this child. I don't want this. Parents are, because the child has too much of what I call freedom. Too much of freedom, and we should understand that freedom has limits. So the moment we understand that, our children also understand this, and they will understand why this is happening, why this shouldn't happen, this should happen, this should not happen, this is a rule, this is a rule, and it should be followed. Now, when we balance both in the strict permissive environment, there is a balance. Sometimes you allow the child to choose. What do you want to eat? Where do you want to go to? What do you want to wear? What time do you want to go to bed? Other times it's on your terms. So the child understands that there are rules, there are times that I can have my moments. And in so doing, the child is able to have a conversation with you when the need arises. When you ask the child certain questions, the child is able to respond to you. The child is able to speak to you. They are confident. You are their friend. And when we understand this, we'll see that children can be met at their different points, and we'll have a great time raising our children. In subsequent videos, we'll go into what to do, when to do, and how to do. I hope you enjoyed this session. Please comment, like,